Hello everyone and welcome back to Game Brigade. I'm your host Brian and today we're doing an unboxing of my latest CMON Kickstarter, Bloodborne, the board game. If you're new here, we do these unboxing videos every once in a while. I'm going to take a second to open this up off screen. I did want to say, I noticed that there's a little bit of damage here in my box. So hopefully everything comes out okay, but we'll check it out. So hold on, let me unbox these and we'll come right back. Okay, we are all open here, and I am blown away about the amount of content that comes in the Blood Moon pledge level. So we've got the base game here, and then we're going to have the Kickstarter exclusives right behind it. But on top of that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 additional boxes. And we're going to see how we're going to do this as we go through unboxing, because it's a lot of content to unbox for a single video. I don't even know if it's doable for a single video, but we're going to try our best to show you guys as good as possible what Bloodborne, the board game, looks like, and the quality of the minis, the quality of the components, and kind of what it's like buying it. So if you are on the fence of picking one up, maybe you're curious of what it's like. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, guys. So I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and grab the core box. So I will show you guys the back there. And I should have this upper camera now fully focused. It wasn't working last time, unfortunately, which really stinks because you know, when I have this whole setup, I really want the whole camera system to be fully operational. So we're going to open this box first. If you guys are new to the show, if this is if you haven't seen before, if you're not a subscriber, we do reviews, previews, playthroughs, unboxings. We have conversations all surrounding board games. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and you like my content and you want to help support me, please consider throwing a subscription our way. It does greatly support the channel. In fact, checking my analytics, it's always interesting because there's about 60% of you guys that are watchers that are not subscribers. So I always wonder what you guys are doing. Subscribe, help the channel grow. So we're going to go ahead and lift this up and do the reveal. Okay, off the bat, looks fairly decent. The box has a different touch to it than a standard box. It's not a satin finish. It's got kind of a texture to it. We got some advertisements here for CMON content. You guys can use that if you'd like. All right, so we have the rule book. Let's first check the back. We want to see if the back has a glossary and an index. Looks like we have a glossary. We also have iconography. Brian, one of these days you're going to prove to the audience that you know how to speak English. I like these though because it tells you off the bat quickly what your stuff should do and what they look like. And then we have some additional rules. So everything looks good back here. Of course, you never know truly how a rule book will read until you actually dive into it. We have here, let's see, in terms of actual rules, it looks like there are around 25 pages of rules, which is a hefty amount. And I'm sure there's going to be even more content and rules as we go through this. So we have some punch. Punch looks decent, double-sided. So you've got some tokens here representing the different hunters. Looks like some damage tokens and whatnot. Art looks good. The spacing looks really good. Okay. So we'll go and put that to the side there. And here we have the room tiles. So the colors, very dark, a very blue hue. You have some yellow and blue hues, obviously then mixing with some gray and blacks. And they are double-sided. On the back side, it just has the box art. You have the Hunter box art there on the back. So we have a few pages. These are very loose in their cardboard. They feel like they're about to pop out any time. So we have, okay, so that's 3, 4, looks like 5, 6 potentially. 6 different pages of room tiles to enter. And they all are, some of them have different names. So we have the Great Bridge, Central Lamp, Tomb of Oidon, something like that. The other one doesn't have a name. Some of these have houses like Ransacked House. I actually remember that from one of the, they did a update where they talked about a lot of stuff going on with different spoilery stuff, and that was one of them. Just lost the room tile there, falling out of the thing. Trying to keep them all in one piece as we do this, because later I'm going to have to go back through this and do this, put everything away. So I kind of want everything to kind of be easy to put away. So there's another thing underneath that. So what do we have here? So this looks like a player sheet, for status effects. You have the enemy 1, 2, 3. You have the chapter cards here. You have the Hunter Dream cards here. Very flimsy. It's just a standard doc paper. It's not paper, but it's like a kind of a little heavier paper, like a laminate paper. And then we've got some boxes here. All right, let's open her up. Push that to the side for a second. Let's see some of these minis. I'm usually oh my gosh. Well, we lost about half the minis. Jeez. Well, that stinks. But that's part of doing it live. So it looks like this one, most of the things came out. I think it was another sheet that I lost all these guys. I'm not sure where these guys came from. Yeah, we got minis everywhere. We're going to have to just let it go. So let's check out some of these guys. Some of these are pretty sweet looking. We're going to bring up the close-up camera for this so we can get a really good look. My close-up camera's not working as well as I want it to. There we go. All right, let's take a look here. See what this looks like. So this is obviously one of the bigger minis in the box. Man, I think this looks great. I think this came out great. I'm nervous that these little tentacle arms have a risk of breaking. They are a little fragile, but I mean, if you're just playing with them like this and you're moving them around, you shouldn't have any risk of it. But if you're doing stuff on this side, you definitely have a risk of breaking it. These claws are sick. Look at that. Yeah, that guy's cool. Let's check out one of these other larger minis. So there's 4 of these guys. Let's take a look at 2 of them, because one of them, it looked like his axe tip was a little warped, but maybe it's not. It looks like it's kind of a curved blade on top of that axe. So let's take a look here. So there's 4 of these gentlemen. Great coat texture. So this would be great for painting. You can get a lot of highlights in here and show those shadows. Man, great down here. The face is actually not too bad either. A lot of times on miniatures, the face is the hardest part to get, and he looks pretty good. So that's great. Here's a smaller grouping of people. So it looks like a rabble-rousing people. Again, these are usually very hard to get these faces down. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on that. So you can see they kind of have that little bit of the melted face look on some of these. Like this guy doesn't look too bad here. This guy looks a little melted face. Guy in the back here, this guy doesn't look too bad either. They're definitely rabble rousers. You know, this guy's got a wooden shield. I like the text, like that looks cool. When you actually start looking at it and saying like, what are they doing? What are they holding? And he's got his torch up here. You got his shield back here. This guy's got his lantern up here. You can really paint these to be really cool. So those guys are pretty cool. This one is sweet. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the teeth detailing in there. It's almost like you can see its tongue too. The hands. Look at the detailing there. Wow. Wow. I love the look of that. Look how cool that is. This is incredible. Right. Let's see if we can find another creepy looking one. Look at this one. Look at that. Imagine this thing crawling towards you. See what it looks like. Her hand kind of comes off the board, so it actually interacts with my felt here, my felt table. Man. Look at that guy. Okay. Gotta make sure he goes back in properly. So it looks like we have 3 groups, or 4 of the rabble rousers. And then we've got 4 of these guys. This guy with the Hulk smash like arm going on here. The details look great. Face looks good. Minis really well fixtured. Like, I've seen some minis here that have not been stable. This is very good quality. Here's another creepy looking guy. Here's a wolf. And I want to see the hunters, but the hunters are the ones that I threw across the room. Let's see if I can put this back somehow. Yeah, this is not stable at all. Oh, man. We're just going to move it over there. And then in here, I threw all my hunters out. That's unfortunate. We'll just see if I can get them all out of here. I don't think there's any more left. And we have 2 that fell over there. Excuse my reach, people. You get to see this live since I threw all this. I want all these guys over here. Okay. Okay, we're back. We're back in. So I threw all these minis. We should have 4 hunters. The hunters are surprisingly smaller than I thought they would be. So here's one. The hunters are obviously a different color. And because they're smaller, their details are not as nice as some of those bigger monsters. So let's take a look at this guy. We already are zoomed in as it is, but we'll zoom in some more, see if we can get some more of that detail. You can tell the hunters, unfortunately, just do not have the detailing that the actual monsters do. Let me show an example here of the size difference so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Let's zoom this back out. Remember this gentleman, this big guy? There's the size difference. So you can see that they can get obviously more detailing in the bigger guy than they can the hunters. And that's not even the biggest mini in this core box. So we've got, this was obviously the box art guy, the cool guy that everyone wants to play because he looks pretty sweet with that sweet helmet or that sweet hat. Here's another hunter. You have to make sure you've got good fingers when you're doing stuff like this because you're not hiding anything, are you? So I really wish this hadn't fallen out of this box because now I don't necessarily know where each one's supposed to fit, but we'll have to figure that out later. So also inside this box were a bunch of monsters. These ones are smaller monsters, so these ones are in line with the same size as the hunters. So you can see this guy here. I don't think you can fault them for lack of detail on these smaller ones because it's just difficult to get details on miniatures that are so small. This is smaller than like a Warhammer mini. This is maybe about 2/3 the size. So we have 4 of those guys, maybe. Yeah, 4 of those little hooded guys. What is this guy? Another werewolf looking guy. Okay. Bunch of random monsters. Yeah, I really wish I didn't have them all fall out. Didn't realize they were 2 different boxes, because that kind of makes it a little bit harder to do this. They're kind of finding a way back in, which is kind of nice. Okay. This guy goes here. Look at that. You guys can join me as I put some of these guys back. I'll probably edit this part out, to be honest. Putting these guys back in their places. But they all went back. We have the player bases there. Okay. Okay, let's go back into the box. So inside the box, we have some more dashboards and character cards. This is the different hunters you can be. So you have Ludwig's Holy Blade, the Saw Cleaver, Threaded Cane, and Hunter Axe. And then we have player dashboards to go with them. And this is the same material as the other player aid. And then we have a bunch of cards. I want to show the insert here because I think that's important to see the insert. But I'm actually not going to show the cards because we have so much stuff to look at. We just want to take a look, maybe see. There's going to be a lot of cards in this game. But you can see here where they have different introductions, different campaigns you can do. We're not going to touch that though because, again, as I said, we have a lot of boxes to move through, and if I want to keep this under 2 hours, we have to move at a relatively healthy pace. I think, and I'm still not even sure in my own brain here, if I want to do every single box. So maybe we'll just show the Kickstarter exclusives here as well, because there's so much content. And if people want to see more, just let me know in the comment section maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm already kind of aligning myself to only do half of this because there's just so much content. Okay, so this is the Bloodborne Blood Moon box. So this included all the Kickstarter exclusives. So if you weren't able to buy this during the Kickstarter campaign and you're kind of curious what you are missing in the exclusive box, this is it. So there are going to be some hunters that you don't get in the core box. So, and which is one of the reasons why I enjoyed getting this exclusive, because I believe it adds 6 more hunters, which is quite a bit of hunters. So we have this one, Tony Taurus, I don't know who that is. Blade of Mercy, Logris's Wheel, Ludwig's Uncanny Holy Blade. We have Kirk Hammer and Burial Blade. So those are those hunters. And we'll take this box completely out of the box here and just move that to the side. So this is the Blood Moon box. We'll put that there so you can tell what it is. Blood Moon box, the Kickstarter exclusive box. And these are the minis that came in with this. Okay, so we have looks like some reference cards. These are probably for the monsters. So we can show these because there's obviously not very many to show. So we'll come on down to the close-up camera, activate the close-up camera, make sure you're zoomed out so you can see. So we have Large Huntsman. They are double-sided. I'm trying to see. Okay, so it looks like down here you have ability Enraged, and then you have ability Hunter's Fever, or Fervor, actually. So there's that gentleman. We have the Small Nightmare Apostle. Merciless Watcher. Lauren Silverbeast. That mini will look cool if we can find that one. And Giant Lost Child. Let's see what that mini looks like. Okay, so those are the cards. Looks like we have a few more cards that we can check out. Get an idea of kind of the art here. So, let's see what this one is. Hunter Pistol. When an enemy makes a basic attack, automatically stagger that enemy. So, looks like we got some equipment. Another Hunter Pistol. They have on the top here, it looks like the hunter that it might be equipped to, or who gets it. So each of those have their photo at the top, all 6 hunters. And then we have this, which has a phase 1 and then a phase 2. No rule book in this box that I could tell. Okay, so let's go ahead and open these minis and try not to... Is this taped down somewhere? It is. Okay. All right, so let's check out. So this is the boss. I think it's a big old spider. It's pretty sweet. Pretty cool looking little spider. Okay. There's that weird looking thing I said. Looking at you like this. What is that? Look at his abs. What is that? Okay. And then in here, oh, look at that saw blade. I think the minis look great. I think these minis are really impressive. Well, especially the larger minis. So here are the hunters. We have some really little stuff. So these look like maybe terrain pieces. There's 5 of those. And then here we have some chests that are pretty nice. No hinges, obviously, but we got to try. Yeah, those so lootable chests. Let's check out some of these hunters. See what these look like. Let's zoom in so we can get a better look. Yeah, I mean the hunters are small, and so they're obviously not as well detailed as the others. This guy's got a little bit of clipping on his head, unfortunately, from the mold. But I'm not disappointed with them at all. I think they're really nice. What is that kind of weapon? What is that? I don't even know what kind of weapon that is. There are 4 of those guys. A lot of 4-ofs. A lot of 4-ofs. 4 of this gal too. Cool. So that's the Bloodborne expansion. There's obviously, we also didn't cover these. There are these little spiders. They're kind of stuck, man. I don't want to break them. So these little spiders are in there. To go along with the queen spider. Okay, so that's that expansion. Let's put this spider back in, make sure everything's in, and oh, I was gonna reseal it, but I just dropped the plastic top. This is just a mess. Okay, there was one box that I wanted to check out just because I'm curious what it is. I'm really curious what this is. This says it's it says this is an expansion for the Forsaken Cainhurst castle, which we also have. This is this one. So I'm kind of curious what's in here. So join me on my curiosity venture as we open up this guy. There's just, oh, is there? Okay. I almost went a little nuts there thinking there was no plastic. Okay, let's open this. Okay, so this is obviously very small. This box is so big. What's in here? Obviously, it's got to be big enough to hold the hunter that comes with this. Rider flosh, something like that. And then we have the card. And then the mini. Like, this sucks because am I going to store? Like, I need to figure out a storage solution for this game because it's not practical to keep this little white box for this single expansion or, for the base game in this. You want to make sure it's, with everything else. But with the way these games are set up and you don't have room in there to add this mini, you're kind of in a tight position. So sometimes like plano boxes work well. So let's check out this mini. He looks cool. Again, they basically did very, very minimal face work just to, like, they're all wearing a mask or something, or you can't see their face because it's just so small. These are so small. They don't look small because they're zoomed in, but they're small. Like, this is pretty small. Like, if we were to go to normal view, like, that gives you a better impression of how little they are. This is 1.0 view. Cool. All right, so that's this guy. Okay. Well, I just don't know if I should open up all the boxes. I think I'm going to hold off on opening all the boxes. We opened the core game. We had a good idea of what's in the core box. I opened the Kickstarter exclusive, but there are a lot of boxes here, and I'm not sure how, if there's anything interesting to see other than just more minis. We've already seen the quality of the minis. We've seen the quality of the floor mats. I mean, more of these just have the same double-sided map tiles, more minis. Let me know. So this will be a good test, guys. Obviously, I mean, I'm just gonna give you an example. So here's these two more boxes. We have those. We have another box over here. We have that box. We have this box. We have two more boxes over here, and I've got, knocking stuff over. And then I've got another box here, and then another big box over here. I can't reach it. It's too far. So I'd love to know what you guys think. I mean, there's just a lot of boxes. This would be like maybe a 3-hour video. We're already at 30 minutes. We've done 2 boxes. And so just taking off that, if we did 15 minutes per box, this would be coming close to a 3-hour video. So I don't know necessarily if I should film all that. So I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here just for my own sanity. I think we have a good idea of what the minis look like. And I think that's important for you guys. It was important for me because whenever I'm buying a game, I want to make sure I know what the component quality is going to be. if it's going to be something that's paintable. If I'm a painter, I do enjoy painting, so I want to make sure that the minis are going to be accepting of that. And plus, I want to know if the quality matches what they claimed in the Kickstarter, which this seems to be fairly decent quality. The only thing I'm a downer on are these. And I would really like to see a true workable storage solution come out of a CMON game that can adapt to this massive expansion load. Like this is not going to be workable on my shelf. I'm not going to save this for my shelf, but I need to figure out what am I going to do with this guy. So we'll obviously have to take a look deeper and see how this is going to play out. But that's the unboxing. I would like to know what you guys think. For the comment section down below, we're going to do hashtag opinion. Let me know what you guys want to see out of an unboxing like this, especially these bigger ones that are coming with a lot of stuff, because we're going to have more of these coming down the line. And if an unboxing to you is I want to see everything unboxed, let me know, because I need to definitely schedule, a 3-hour time block for that. But definitely let me know. So hashtag opinion. That is also the entry for the Oathsworn giveaway currently going on. If you're interested in knowing more about that, you must be a subscriber to my channel. Comment on this video or any of my other videos. Make sure you follow the comment rules on those, and like this video to help support the channel. We are going to be doing that giveaway once we reach 4,000 subscribers, or I'm told to cut the giveaway because they need to get ready for shipment. So we will keep following that as long as we can. So again, I appreciate everyone for watching the show and coming along with me for this unboxing of Bloodborne, the board game. I'm definitely excited to get this playing. Hopefully I can get this played this week and get an opinion for you guys early. If you guys are interested in some behind the scenes content, make sure you check out my Patreon. We have several different levels for different things. If you want to support my channel, support my growth here on YouTube, check out Patreon. The link is always in the description down below. And make sure you check out each Patreon level there, because I have them tiered in a way that I felt would be interesting for you, to give you value at different levels, to see what's more important to you in terms of being a part of the community. So make sure you check those out and let me know what you think. So this is it. This is Brian from Game Brigade, wrapping up the Bloodborne unboxing. I wish I did longer, but I just don't know if I could be sane for a 3-hour unboxing. Let me know what you guys think. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.